I know, another clickbaity, overly prescriptive hot take about what you should or should not wear. Let me just get something straight before we jump into the list. First off, this is just like my opinion, and I'm just some guy on the internet. Sure, I think I have pretty good taste, but taste is subjective, and yours is just as valid. Second, this video is meant to be lighthearted. If you own or love to wear anything on this list, don't feel bad about it. Wear what makes you happy. And for the record, I've worn many of these things in the past. Please don't take this video too seriously, and of course, feel free to fire back in the comment section. Okay, here are 10 things no man should ever wear. Number 1, hybrid dress shoes. Now, I'm not talking about dress sneakers, despite the nonsensical name. I think those are actually pretty versatile. I'm talking about those dress shoes with athletic outsoles. You know, dress shoes on the top, sneakers on the bottom. They are the mullet of men's footwear. Marketers tell us they can do it all, but the truth is they do it all poorly. If you're in a situation where you need to be dressed up, these shoes are too casual. And if you're in a situation where comfort matters most, you should just wear sneakers. These Frankenstein monstrosities are the worst of both worlds. They're the corporate branded performance polo of foot coverings. They should be reserved for real estate interns, and even then, there are better options. My advice, if you want to avoid the uncanny valley of menswear, stay away from hybrid dress shoes. Number 2, fake watches. Reps, dupes, fakes, homages. We're going to talk about homages in a minute. I will never understand why people buy these things. Like, the entire benefit of wearing a Rolex is being able to look down at your wrist and instantly be able to tell that you're better than all the people around you. With the fake, you might trick other people into thinking that you're better, but deep down, you're always going to know the truth.
You're a big fat phony!
Obviously, I'm kidding, but really, what's the point in wearing a fake luxury watch? I guess if you truly love a particular design and you'll never be able to buy the real thing, I can kind of see buying a rep or an homage. But more often than not, the guys buying fake watches are actually trying to deceive other people. Like, you're essentially faking wealth to gain status, which basically makes you Ty Lopez in his garage with a rented Ferrari. What about an homage, you ask? Oh, well, that's not mayo, that's aioli. Watch enthusiasts seem to think that homages are some kind of loophole, but they're really no better than fakes. And that's why I'll never recommend buying an homage. You'll always just wish it was the real thing, and you'll die a little inside every time someone asks, "Is that a Rolex?" And you have to say, "No, it's a Steinhardt." My advice is to buy once, cry once. Save up for the watch that you actually want. Number 3, performance suits. I see more and more brands offering these tech suits or travel suits that are all stretchy and wrinkle resistant and waterproof, which is to say they're made out of plastic instead of traditional suit fabrics like wool or cotton. You'll see these in Instagram ads worn way too tight on some 6'2" model doing parkour at the airport. I kind of see the appeal, especially if you've never been comfortable in a suit and you think that the stretchy fabric will alleviate some of that discomfort. But the thing is, just like hybrid dress shoes, these suits don't make any sense. Up close, the fabric looks synthetic, like a pair of athleisure joggers. This material would be way out of place in any situation that actually calls for formal wear, like a business meeting or a wedding or a funeral. And since these suits are made from synthetic materials like polyester and spandex, they're not breathable. So even if the stretch does offer a little bit of comfort, you're almost guaranteed to overheat. And by the way, a suit that fits properly is perfectly comfortable. There's just no need for a performance suit. I'm honestly shocked that there's any demand for these things. I really wouldn't be surprised if none of these brands were around in 5 years. If you're gonna suit up, get yourself a gently fitted wool suit and wear it with a cotton dress shirt and leather shoes. Oh, and the same goes for dress shirts. Basically any brand with an ampersand in the name, just avoid these. Get yourself a regular cotton button-up. It's gonna be more comfortable, more breathable, and better for the environment. Number 4, Hey Dude shoes. Number 5, V-neck t-shirts. There's not a man in the world who looks better in a V-neck than a crew neck. Yes, Ryan Gosling included. The only time a V-neck makes sense is on a sweater worn over a button-up shirt. That's it. T-shirts, they should be crew necks. Sweaters worn on their own, crew necks. V-necks had a moment sometime back in the mid-2010s, and they looked bad on everybody. So much so that SNL did a whole skit with Andy Samberg and Ben Stiller making fun of them, which is hilarious, by the way, if you haven't seen it. So if you're thinking about buying a V-neck, don't. If you already have one, might be time to let it go. 5.5, long line tees. You know, these things. There's only one body type that these are appropriate for. Dolphins. They make your legs look shorter and they feel like you're wearing a skirt. What's the point? We don't need curved, split, or elongated hems on our t-shirts. A regular hem is just fine. Number 6, shorts that go past your knees. Speaking of too long, men need to stop buying long, baggy shorts. I know that fashion trends are cyclical and that long, baggy shorts will probably be back in style sometime soon. Maybe they are already. I'm not really paying attention, but this is one meaningless hill that I'm willing to die on. In fact, there's only one situation in which you should wear shorts that go past your knees: if you're an NBA player between the years of 1997 and 2009. And if you don't belong to that group, which I know you don't because the laws of time and space, then your shorts shouldn't go past your knees. If you wear shorts like this, you're gonna end up looking like a swimsuit model for Tommy Bahama. Plus, long baggy shorts don't even make sense. Like, they're not functional. They make it harder to walk around, especially with board shorts. Like, once they get wet, it's just so much heavy, wet fabric clinging to your legs. You know, at a certain point, you might as well just wear pants. And don't even get me started on cargo shorts. Who needs all of this leg storage? What's in those extra pockets? If you really need that much stuff, just carry a bag. Number 7, a matching tie and pocket square. If you go in any department store, you're gonna see these matching tie pocket square box sets. You've seen these, right? They're usually part of like the Ryan Seacrest collection or something awful like that. I always wonder, who buys these things? But then when I'm somewhere where people are suited up, like a wedding or the bank, I see these matching sets out in the wild. And it breaks my heart to say this, but they're really tacky. Your tie and your pocket square are not supposed to match exactly. They're supposed to be coordinated. That's why a plain white pocket square literally always works. It goes with any suit, shirt, tie combination. To the well-trained eye, these matching sets scream, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like leaving the tags on the sleeve of your suit jacket. Plus, you're never gonna find high quality materials and craftsmanship in these box sets. They're always cheap synthetic blends with shoddy construction. So if you wanna wear pocket squares, which you don't have to, by the way, just get yourself one white plain pocket square in linen or cotton and wear it with literally every suit and jacket you own. Number 8, 2-in-1 sweaters. I can't believe these even exist, let alone that there's any demand for them, but it looks like people are actually buying these, so I had to include them on the list. To me, these are right up there with tuxedo t-shirts. They're just gimmicks. I get wanting the collared shirt under a sweater effect. I like this look. I used to wear it a lot when I worked in a business casual office during fall and winter. But these 2-in-1 shirts are not the way to achieve this effect. It doesn't even look right. There's something kind of off about it, and I bet it looks even worse when you actually move around. You know, it's like someone with too much Botox trying to smile. Plus, if you buy these, you're stuck with one sweater shirt combination. It's just a bad idea, and I'm sure you don't need to be told this, but please don't buy these things. Number 9 is elevator shoes. Now listen, I don't have any problem with using fashion or accessories or grooming to change your appearance. In some ways, height increasing shoes or inserts aren't really any different than like hair dye or acne treatment or teeth whitening. But there is one big difference. Hair dye isn't bad for you. The problem is the shape of these elevator shoes or lifts. They create a substantial heel-to-toe drop that changes your gait and changes your posture. It puts a ton of pressure on the balls of your feet, and it can cause all sorts of foot and back problems with long-term use. Just ask any woman how she feels after a few hours wearing high heels. I bet she can't wait to take them off. Plus, I've never seen an attractive elevator shoe. They're almost all ugly. They're like these chunky orthopedic silhouettes, except for unlike orthopedic shoes, they make your feet hurt. And they're shaped this way because they have to be. They have to have that extra space to accommodate the height increasing wedge. And the illusion doesn't even work. You can always kind of spot an elevator shoe because they just look sort of off. My advice is if you really want to stand a bit taller, just wear boots. A lot of boots have 1 to 2 inches built right into the heel, and they won't make you walk funny or mess with your back. Either way, please don't waste your money on height increasing footwear products. Number 10, black dress shirts. I'm not saying that no one can pull off the black dress shirt look, but it's harder than it seems, and more often than not, I see it done incorrectly. In fact, there's only one way to nail this look consistently, and that's with a black dress shirt, no tie, worn with a mid to light gray suit. And even that won't look good unless everything fits just right. The truth is, the vast majority of men don't need a black dress shirt in their closet. If you already have one, please don't wear it with anything red. You're gonna look like a vampire on prom night. And even though you might be tempted to go with the all black look, do not wear a black dress shirt with a black suit. If you wear this to like a wedding or formal event, it's kind of like wearing a red polo shirt to Target. You're gonna look like part of the staff. If you need a dress shirt, just go with white. It will go with literally any suit or jacket that you own. Bonus round, sports team jerseys. This is a hot take, and to be fair, I've never really been into watching professional sports. Playing sports, yeah. Watching them, not for me. I've even tried to get into it just because there's so much social pressure for men to be into sports. You know, to spend all day Sunday watching football and to be able to rattle off the stats from last week's games, to know the names and the backstories of every player on your home team. but I just can't do it. I find it all really boring. There are a million things that I'd rather be doing with my time. So maybe that's why I think that spending so much money on sports team paraphernalia is kind of nuts. Like the jerseys. These things are expensive, and I've never understood why a grown man would want to wear a shirt with another grown man's name on the back. I don't even think I'd wear a shirt with my own name on the back, let alone some other guy who I'll never meet and who has no impact on or interest in my life. I mean, you can still show your team spirit by incorporating their colors into your outfit on game day. The easiest way is just to wear a hat, but you don't have to go full Bud Light. Save your $130 and buy some shirts that you can wear any day and all year round. Wrapping up, I'd love to hear what you would add to this list or what you would remove. So leave a comment down below. I read every single one. I want to thank you as always for watching, and until next time, stay stylish.